All right, good morning, class of two. I'm gonna get it one of these years. Let's take a look at one of the main skills we have to use when we're dealing with quadratics. We now know how to graph a quadratic in standard form. We use the quadratic formula, and we also know how to graph a quadratic when it is in vertex form. Now, how can we connect the two? And this skill of turning the standard form into vertex form uses all kinds of little skills that we need to get used to. So let's take a look at this situation. We're given a quadratic equation, and it's in a basic trinomial with just x squared. We're going to take that, and somehow we're going to turn it into this in yellow in vertex form. So it's one way. If we don't want to use the quadratic formula, we could use this way in order to graph this and get a sketch of the graph of this. So we can change it from standard form to vertex form using some key skills from our factoring section of Algebra 2. So now we take a look at this. What we want you to do is separate out, give some space in that equation. So spread it out a little bit, put parentheses around the x squared minus 8x, and create these two little spaces here. Okay, so you just spread out what you have, and then from there we take the negative 8 that's in the middle, and we use this little formula on the side. We take that negative 8, and what we're going to do is cut it in half. We're going to take that negative 8 and cut it in half, and then square it. And this little method will do something special for us. So negative 8 cut in half is 4, and negative 4, and then negative 4 squared gives us positive 16. Okay, so positive 16. We now take that positive 16 and put it in those two open spaces. And you're like, why do we do that? Well, let's see what happens next. In that move, that adding that 16. If you have x squared minus 8x plus 16, if you take a look at that, look at it closely, that's factorable. 16 is a special number. It is a perfect square. So we can rewrite x squared minus 8x plus 16 as x minus 4 that squared. So that's our perfect square factoring. We just got assessed in that recently, and why we did that is because we're going to use that now. So we take that x minus 4 and we square it. Or we take we factor x squared minus 8x plus 16 into x minus 4 squared. So hopefully you're starting to see how this is all coming together. Now, on this next line, we just take that positive 16 on the left, subtract it to the other side, and what we'll get is the left side is just back to y, and the right side, we now have it in vertex form. And boom. We now have y equals x minus 4 squared minus 5, which is the form that we wanted in the first place. Okay, so we'll take this, is that right? This little method right here, it's called completing the square method, and we use that in order to move our standard form into vertex form. Alright? Okay, let's practice. You've seen how it's done, and now you practice. Alright, thank you. Where does that stop button? There it is.